Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, Supercoach Pro. Today we're just doing a quick live stream for those who are on at midnight. Yes, that is my cat. I've just come home, so she's super needy. Just wanted to get into some quick questions and whatnot. But I haven't decided. I still haven't really decided on what I'm going to do. I think most of you are the same. On Sunday night, you have a bit of a rage trade, play around, and buy team sheets. It's one or two players difference to what you've actually originally looked at. For my side specifically, I'm still tossing up between a Marshall out. Neil's obviously going to stay, and Hewitt's bought himself a week. So it's out of Marshall and Lindsay. And the other ones that have to go is Marek and Trainer. The players off the buy that I like, there's a few smokies obviously there that I've definitely thought about. The Marek is a bit of a curveball for my side because I thought I was going to finish my side sooner than what has transpired. So having a look at the players coming off the buy is probably the ones you should be looking at, to be fair. But I've actually loaded up on too many of these guys, to be honest. Obviously, Bont's the obvious one. Averaging 129, obviously, you probably won't retain that, but you'd think about 120-ish. His break-even's quite high. 137, so look, he can probably go 137 against the Hawks anyway, to be honest. And then he's got St Kilda. I don't know if he can even be really tagged. I wonder how much forward time he spends now with Traw back. But that Richmond game looks good. The Sydney game and North Melbourne, obviously that's why people are getting him in. But you've got such a big Marvel run here. He's got SCG once, the Gabba once, and MCG. So, yeah, really good target. I don't really want to death ride this pick. My side is actually called the Bont Identity, so I can't really skip on the Bont considering my name of my side is there. George Hewitt's one as well, and so is Butters. Cherry's one that's probably out of reach for a lot of big dogs out there. 161 break even. He probably hits that against Flynn, to be honest. You'd think they'd name BJ Williams. With Torre, probably not as kind of one talked about. I mean, you've already got Ed Richards, who I like better than Libba, and Richards probably more taggable though, to be honest. And then Butters, he's not going to be much of a pod in 2 weeks' time, so hopefully Bedford shuts him down to about a 60, and he could be almost sub 400 in a couple of weeks. I don't think he goes to Rosie Bedford. I think he goes to Butters. And the other option is Hewitt. Bit of a smoky here, left field. 150 break even. He's very cheap at 557 for what he's been producing start of the season. Everyone was pretty hot on him, but just couldn't afford to get him. And everyone sort of went Brayshaw and the other types. DeConning's another one. There's actually a lot of players been talked about so far. We know he copped a bit of an injury and he had a week off. And the fixture, I mean, he's got Goldie, the grandpa, Flynn, and then Cherry after that's going to be a little bit hard, but he might still be up against Visitini. Dale again, Marvel run for Dale is pretty decent. Yeah, really decent, to be honest. A guy I don't love anti-potting, and then there's Rosie, Chera. There's actually a lot of good options. I kind of wish I actually didn't go this route and top up on so many of these guys, but they're just too hard to pass up. His scoring of late, Rosie, has been a little bit disappointing, of course. Couple 90s in there, but he's been pretty consistent, barring the switch down back. And then Chera, he's been slept on a lot. He's still in 14% of size, or just under that. He's been consistent as anything. Probably not a guy everyone's looking to trade in. Obviously, there's a lot better picks, I suppose, maybe around the price, but I think he's probably the best, to be honest, in my eyes. English, I'm not even going to touch on. I don't really care about English whatsoever. I've been looking at Cripps this week. Just hasn't shown the ceilings or anything I'm a little bit annoyed at with Cripper. Sort by scores. He's gone 120 twice, and that's only a 120 and a 121. But he does have Essendon, West Coast, and North in the next three, so that's why everyone's hot on Carlton players. Kennedy, he's definitely a sleeper. Sheasel's roll. I hope it doesn't stick half forward. Apparently, it is going to. Apparently, people say half back. At this point, there's no real knowing until we see him training with. When we see him grouped in pre-game. Kennedy is probably not as juicy for me now that Trelaw's back, but again, how long's Trelaw back for before he pins the calf or something? LDU and Sam Walsh. I don't even know if I want to really click on these guys. I mean, I put LDU in my Twitter poll, but the more I got feedback from LDU, the more I hated it. Walsh just doesn't get as many CBAs as what he was. A lot of 80s in here. This feels a little bit, yeah, it just feels yuck. Something about it. Maybe at 450. Like he's turned up 5 times. LDU, how many times has he turned up? He just feels a bit inconsistent this year as well. Obviously, that's why he's that price, but he's only gone under the ton 5 times. There's a 72 and a 63. I can't remember what those games were about. Sam Darcy, people looking to finish off this side with round 14 and 15, so he'll be back soon. High break even as well for Darcy. So he should be almost 400k at some point. 194 break even. So even if he gets 87, he'll be dropping 50k just about. So that will make him 450. And that's pretty much that. I've probably got a lot of spamming comments. Not spamming, but you know what I mean. So here we go. I've missed a few. All right. So we'll get into this. I've been just talking away. Aqua, what's going on, mate? Boom. I think he's talking about the actual new cam. He is, yes. Yeah, it is a good cam. Have a look at crystal clear it looks. This is literally my reaction to my side score this week. Yeah, new cam, who's this? That's thanks to you guys pretty much. Read me a bedtime story. What story do you want me to read you? I'll send you a voice note for a story time. Yazza's in the house. Aqua says, so confused on who to get, but at least I know my trade outs. Who are your trade outs? Aqua, nice to see you in here as well. Have decided I'll trade Cheese this week. Yeah, probably should have traded him last week, but yeah, I don't blame you. I'm hungry. DB95, what cheapies are you looking at? You're talking about the ones coming off the actual buy, because Doherty's one's been spoken about. There's a few. I mean, everyone's looking at Caldwell for those that didn't grab him, of course. What's your price range, I suppose, is the question, and yeah, what buys are you looking at? But there's definitely Caldwell and Stewart in there, I'd say. Buffish, first time seeing this man properly. Yeah, literally. I've been so blurry for the last little while. DB 95 Stewart doesn't get enough soft footy. Too hard for him to score well. Fair. I've never had that take before. Yeah, we'll run with it. Aqua. See, I want TDK this week. I feel value might be good. Then he says, I'm not sure whether I have TDK and Marshall as R2 and Flex. Locks me out of Gorn post bias. You probably want Gorn, but there's always going to be one big dog that you can't grab. Puff. I'm thinking Cleary. Oh, all right. How we going? I'm thinking Cleary and Marek to Bont and Pedwa. Well, the Eagles 99k bloke. Yeah, I like it. If Visitini dropped, maybe use a third trade to get him to TDK, but can't go to Pedwa. Thoughts? I like those options, Puff. I think you've sorted that out pretty well. I approve. Not that you need my approval, but anyway. Aqua, Cheese was on SCN today, so they're playing half for the rest of the season with their midfield stocks. Yeah, that's annoying as shit, isn't it? That's so annoying. Jonas, I'm bringing in the Bont, non-negotiable, even though I can't really afford it. Got too many fake promos like Stewart and Roberts at D5 and D6. I have to keep all year. I'm actually surprised he went Stewart in the end, actually. Jonas, I didn't think you were a Stewart fan at all. That's interesting. Puff, don't fall in the Sam Doherty trap. I actually don't mind Doherty. I just think people have probably got a little bit more funds than that. Jason, hey mate, looking even more sexy with the new cam. Thank you. Probably more tired in this body cam. Probably not as lagging anymore either. Not that I'm in the kitchen, but anyway, we're doing this from my bedroom. Jonas, looking at Sid Draper, 114k midfielder, defender, break even 40 sub every game, but may eventually get a full game. You can't imagine that he'd be sub every game. Doesn't make sense, does it? Parfitch plays Friday night. If not sub, I'm jumping on Sid. Yeah, probably a really good shout, actually. Cripps, if you have enough trades, is sidewaying a defender to Ash or even just grabbing post by shout? If you get enough to sideways, then yeah, if it's the top of the line guy, it makes more sense, but it would be sidewaying the top of the line primo to another top of the line primo. Sidewaying Roberts to Nass makes sense after Nass's buy. Jason, if Sam Darcy looks fit, once he comes back, I'm definitely picking him up. Yeah, I think everyone will be on that train as well, mate. It'd be too hard to pass up him, Horny Man, McRae again. Accurate. This is on Shees last week. My trades were Merrick, Trainer, and Reed. Wow. It was Merrick versus Shees' decision. I chose to drop Merrick. Wow, I think it worked. Yeah, that worked really well, actually, mate. I love that for you. Path only have Lindsay and Fonty making me cash now. And they're both on field. Yeah, wow. Am I going to afford Butters and Gorn from those? No, you're not. Bloody Gray getting dropped doesn't help. Is that actually legit, though? Like, does anyone actually know officially that Gray is getting dropped? It must mean they're giving Trainer another go as well, then, if that's the case. Yaron, Puff up. Visiting Trainer A group, B with the Sweet. Sweet with the B group. That's really promising, actually, for Vicentini. I don't mind a bit of risk reward. I mean, we know that I bought in Shannon Neal, so clearly I don't. I'm playing a different game this year to other years, so. And he's playing against no Briggs. He's playing probably against Madden. You'd think. Surely not, buddy. What's his name? Keith. Yeah. He's already made 43k, which is super annoying. Oh my gosh, he's got Gorn next week though, and Grundy, and TDK. Oh man, I hope you got a bath because he's gonna be sitting in there. Yeah, surely they bring in a secondary ruck. How tall is Vicentini? Let's have a look. I feel like me and Vicentini might be the same height. That's a joke, clearly, but anyway. How tall are you, mate? So it's pick 56. He's 202 centimeters, right? I'm pretty sure Gorn's about 210. Gorn's 209. Yeah, wow. Yeah, well, he might have one good game, and then who knows what happens for the second. Hopefully he keeps his spot. I didn't realise he had Gorn the week after. Surely they just play him. Path music to my ears. Yes, I love you, and thanks, mate. What basically planned is she's still primo this week. Ashcroft to Butters, Brayshaw next week, along to someone around 15 and Hewitt to Horn Francis in 16. Very good. Uday, I think, said, really? Did you actually? Can someone, is this in the Richmond presser? Like the pre-game, whatever you call it, whatever. Yeah, my pleasure. I'm looking at Bias to visit any by TVP. Yeah, absolutely. That would cook. Just got to make sure that I'm sure you've always got backup plans. What am I talking about? Puff rate it if Vicentini stays in. Agreed. Puff worth getting TDK then or not. It depends your risk reward. I don't know. TDK is obviously the safer play, but Jonas, yeah, I wasn't going Stewart until Cleary scored a 6. It's my 18th. Bringing in Stewart got me a 97. So I had to do the trade. Yeah, fair, mate. I don't blame you, Jonas. I didn't think you were hot on Stewart from what I was hearing in some of the other streams. Sometimes I just work in a stream and I'll listen to it, but I won't comment because I'm at work. Aqua. So if I want to trade Shees and his break even is high, why not sell him? Yeah, nah, fair enough, mate. Sell him. Don't even think about it if that's what you want. I need him for 1 week. True. Okay. Yep. Fair Yaz. 1 week play. Taj, hey mate, thoughts on fading Bont, getting 23 promos or getting Bont 22 promos? I knew this question was going to come to me at some point, actually. Probably Bonson 22 and a flex as a guy that scores 80s would be just fine, I guess. Geez, I need a haircut. I definitely need a haircut. Yeah, probably would be 22. Bond's that good, honestly. I don't think I'd say I wouldn't sell the farm, but I've got plans of trades that I would sell my farm of Bont, but there's two semi primos, like a 500k primos each, probably make up for a Bont and a rookie. That's the issue. I suppose the bigger question is how many more trades would you have left to finish your side with if you did that? Joel, g'day Brad, how you going, mate? Yeah, good, mate. Tigsman as well, there you go. Seeing a fair few new faces this season, so it's been good. I think I'm almost at 1,200 subs, so that's crazy. But I'm going well, mate. I hope you're going well too. I hope we can beat Sydney, by the way, Joel. I'm guessing we win by 3 goals. I feel like Briggs might be a good. I feel like Briggs might be good. Round 17. That's wild. I don't think I like Briggs as a pick. I know on Twitter he was mentioned by someone and he's a big fan of Briggsy, but I hope he's moved on Briggsy now. Jason, I might sound crazy, but might drop Gawn for Grundy at Gawn's buy. Wow, Grundy's fixture is really nice. Max's fixture gets really quite hard. Yeah, I don't hate it. I'd probably rather do Gawn down to TDK this week instead. Jonas Spottyhell, Uze said he was happy with Gray after the game. Well, the implication not from what is going on with Uze? Seriously? Yeah, okay. Well, that's stressful. That's why I didn't like Gray in the first place because he got straight out of the side for Bolt originally. So, interesting. Cripps, thoughts on the Grundy run for the rest of the season? Gosh, let me have a look, mate. I just don't like Grundy as a ruck pick, I suppose. Like, it's Cherry and Gawn, and then bloody Daylight. Like, have a look at this. Look at this. 130, and you want to get Grundy to 107. Every week you're losing 23 points. You can't base it off one game, the 161. Cherry was meant to have the hardest fixture and he scored 130. Gawn is gone, and yeah, the rest can barely tie their laces. I mean, the DeConning's 10 points less, and I'm not saying that back end of the season this is going to be differential. But Jacko's 100k cheaper. DCam's there. Nank's cooked. Don't worry about Nank and the others. I did. Now this is no offense to anybody, but I don't see the hype around Wits. Wits to me was your 7 or 8 guy. My issue with Wits is the whole Moyle factor and what they're experimenting with him last year. I'm pretty sure Moyle played against Hawthorn last year or something, and they gave Witsy a rest. I mean, price point's fine, but Witsy boy, I feel like is going to progress over the back end of the season. They're going to rest him a few times, especially if the Suns make finals, which they will. Meek's an interesting option. I know no one's going to go there, but I didn't get to see the Hawthorn game to see if he looks back. But if I wanted a fallen premium ruck, and I wasn't going Vincey and I wasn't going TDK, I wanted to save myself a bit of cash. I don't know what happened here. Maybe Puffer can tell us because I'm pretty sure Puff's a hawker, man. 73, 43, 56. What happened here? But before that, he was actually okay. Like averaging 113 before this sort of form slump. This is not a bad shout for 437. But look, for me, it'd be personally Cherry, Gawn, and Jackson 1, 2, and 3. Whatever order you want them, really. Probably the DPP helps, so to be fair with Jacko. Regardless of Darcy, he's at the gun. We know this. It's Yaz's favourite player, actually. But anyway. I didn't even look at Grundy's run actually after that. I just the thing that threw me off is he's 107 versus 130. So Grundy for me, I just there's nothing appealing about a man bun, let alone Grundy. Not that I swing that way, but you know what I mean. There's just bloke wears a man bun and he's 30-something years old. That's a red flag in itself. Anyway, 380's there against Meek, McInerney, and might have been a duo. I'm not sure if it was just Jacko or not at that point, but yeah, what the hell is this? You know, with 75 and Briggs 54. Well, I don't know. I don't love Grundy as a pick. He's got Nank. Who knows who he's got then, depending on Vincent. He's got English, Jacko, Marshall, Cherry. Jeez, take your pick, Keith, Madden, or Briggs. Goldie or surely the mid-season draft one. McInerney, probably the back end. Like maybe if you picked him round 20, but maybe not before then. Like he's got some pretty tough oppo here. I mean, around the ground, English is decent. But yeah, maybe round 20 onwards. But does he score better at the SCG? I feel like he does, especially last year he did anyway. Oh no, not even this year. Like he's dropped to 50, so I don't think I like Grundy. That's no offense to the shout. It's a no for me personally. Parfait, instead of Vincentini, I could trade out Lindsay or Fonte for TDK. Yeah, that's actually a good upgrade. I'm not sure though. Could all make money, but TDK is a good flex position. Yep, I like it. Yazza. Is that the cheapest rookie? I have Jackson in the forward line with D-Mac at flex. Yeah, you love a good D-Mac at flex. If you haven't caught on, he's a pies man. So, yeah, good bloke, top bloke. It makes sense. There's going to be a lot of teams that have ruck as the flex as well. Jackson in the forward line's clutch as well because at least he can swing to your ruck line with Sims as well. So, yeah, the team's cooking. Top 100, here we come. What are we doing? We're keeping Bolton. Bolton looks great for me at the moment. You've got other ideas. Here we go. Bolton becomes Bont this week for me. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, some big balls. Cal, what's going on, Cal? Good day, Brad. Think of trading along a week early to facilitate getting Bolton. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I'd do it, mate. If it facilitates a big dog like that, you don't even question it. Jonas, Bont 463 and a rookie 99 equals 793 with 2 fake smelly promos. No, what I probably more mean is like a lot of people are going to have a mill. In my case, I'm in that position where I've got a mill. So if I get a Bont at 643k, then I've got like 350k to spend on somebody. I'm probably just grabbing a rookie. Whereas I could get 200k primos for the price. I mean, that's what I probably was meaning, not so much this equation, but Bont takes away 3 of my rookies, and then I've got no cash then sitting on the bench for that. I have to sideways a Marshall to bring in a Bont, which probably makes sense, of course, but it'd be very hard to finish my team if I do it. Joel, doing good. I'm going on Saturday. I hope we get the Chockies, but if we lose the rest of the season, yeah, fair. I'm looking forward to another season of draft picks, Joel. Aqua. The dog is tempting. I think you can wait a week. I'm pretty sure his break even is about 70, Aqua. Joel, it's great. We've seen so many great glimpses. Yeah, no, I totally agree. We've definitely seen a lot of good quarters and whatnot. So there we go. Brad, you know you got... Oh, it scared the hell out of me. I thought you said AIDS. I wasn't sure what happened then. I was like, I didn't know you were my doctor. How did you know? No, just kidding. Yeah, it's because once you get to 1K, you get what do you call it? You get monetized. So YouTube decides to put adverts in. So apologies, Puff. Yeah, and to be fair, Puff, it also got me a webcam, so it can't be too bad. without ads, I wouldn't be able to do webcams and I wouldn't be able to pay for StreamYard. So my apologies, but just keep that in mind for me that they help with this kind of shit. Meek has a terrible run home. I don't really care about Ruckman that are 437k for that. I know what Meek's capable, I suppose. I guess Aqua is my point. I won't touch him, but I've definitely looked at him. Man, that sounds weird if you play that and close your eyes. Yeah, no ads here. Just at the very beginning. Okay, all right. Yeah, I feel like everyone's different. Mine's not set on like a high settings to piss anybody off. Joel was wondering if you'd like these 2 trades for me. So he warmed me up with this one. We're talking Richmond now. He's got me. Just kidding. So he's got Levi Stone for Bont and Clark. Next week for Roberts, Flynn and McCaw. TK Butters. Yeah, mate, that's solid as. You don't even need one ticket of approval. Like that's. It's like showing me your cake and then just give me a taste of the top of it. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's a good cake, mate. But you're the baker. You know what you're doing. Yaz, 20-second option to skip after 15 seconds. Too easy. Yeah, thanks, Yaz. Appreciate it. I didn't know they did them in the middle of the stream either, to be honest. Joel, then wait for Clark and Gray to make cash to get a 6 forward after the buys. That'd be handy. Part main reason for the form slump is really Hawthorn slump. Yeah, right. Seems to play a lot better when Hawthorn play. Could be reversed though. We need Meek play. Yeah, okay. So it's a bit of a barometer for your side. Interesting. Very interesting. Unfortunately, there's not music to other people's ears, is it? Yaz? But I'm definitely still looking at Stewart, unfortunately. I need to be talked out of Stewart, but this is the value for me, and I truly believe he can average 100 to 105. That's the issue for me. Jonas Puffer. I don't know what that means. I can't read English at the best of times, let alone whatever that was. Aqua. Problem with these body value players is they all have the same buy. That's true too. Very good point. Check the team for pods I made last week. Just named. Yeah, I saw that, but I'm pretty sure if you make 2 teams though, if you won the prize, you wouldn't be able to win the prize because you've got 2 teams. So they wouldn't actually cash you out anyway. I don't know if anyone knows that, but that's why I don't do it. Just going to the other. No, I'm not glitching out. I'm just. Oh, here we go. Okay, where were we? I did see your team. I think you posted on Twitter. Tripping who is D-Mac? Darcy Cameron. You older fellas, I swear. Yes, the pain of trading Boyd to Flynn is that R3 is paying off. Yeah, especially with Sims. Sims was a great pickup for you, mate. Aqua Sims would have been a nice pickup. Didn't expect him to hold his spot. Yeah, I neither did I. I'm a Tigers man, to be honest, so I had no idea what was going on. Had a lovely game. He did, yep. Oh, rookie coach is awake. Close all those other tabs, rookie. This is for you, mate. Got this. This is not purely for you. That's not what I meant. You got this cam because you sent me the link, and 3 weeks later I decided to go grab one. I'm hungry as hell. Yeah, so it's DCAM Dusty Cameron. I feel like DCAM has underscored a fair bit this year. That is the most Collingwood thing I've ever heard. Yaz, he started very slowly, Carl. I think it may be the scaling that gets him. I love Stewie Griffin. So do I. Oh, yeah. What are your plans with the man, the myth, the legend, Neil? Can we never mention Shannon Neil on this channel again? But I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have him on my side. I can't believe I brought him in. Let's not talk about Shannon Neil. He's probably bought himself a week because he actually looked better than his score, which is the most Supercoach content creator thing to ever say. But I I can't believe we bought a bloke that's like 6'8" and moves like a bicycle with one wheel. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, I don't know why the hell. I needed to get rid of that 20, mate. So yeah, I bought in What About Me, and it wasn't fair in the end. Aqua, I don't need to cash out at 23k maybe next year. No, I mean, you get to the weekly prize if you've got two sides and you win the weekly prize, you won't get it because they'll see you're not eligible. Derek, I always know your name anyway because I can now read Thailand. I'm still going to trade Gorn for TDK, nice, and bringing in Rosie for Warner. Yep, fair, helps me with around 14 buy. Derek, the way you sign off and then just, yeah, beautiful work. I'm sure you're not glitching, am I, Jonas? Instead of the deal, Brad got the Neil deal. Mate, unbelievable. We're never going to stop remembering Shannon Neal. Next year, I'll dedicate my team name to Shannon Neal. How's that sound? And Bont for a rookie, Derek. That sign-off is so iconic now. That is the most favourite emoji anyone ever uses on my streams. Is that one. Shannon. Anyway, Josh. Josh trade Marek, Flynn, and Trainer. I have 18 trades in one group. What the hell? How do you have 18 trades? Can you send me one in the DMs? Yes, I'd use my trades now. Might as well send it. I'd use a boost if it was viable. When are we going to get a game out of Justin Clark? Probably this week or next, I'd say, actually. Yeah, he's very close. I really want to see Taj Houghton in a couple of weeks too when he gets back from his ACL. I'd like to see Houghton. Josh, I box on field Wednesday. Yeah, you got to upgrade those guys. Always Wednesday, the new identity. Yeah, literally, that could be the new side. Can't believe I brought him in. No one else, any other content creators decide to go for Shannon Neal for a cash buy and a last minute ditch of a trainer score. Joel, enjoy the rest of your night, mate. Got to hit the hay. Glad I could tune into a live. See you next time. Yeah, you too, mate. Thank you for jumping on. Go Tigs, and I'll catch you on the next one, I hope. Should I trade trainer to Gray? No, because you're only making like 50k. I wouldn't do it. Don't make me go into Richmond players. I'll have a look at them. Man, you ever wear a hat all day? Just really noisy for the rest of the night. I'll have a quick look at this team and shortly wrap it up, I guess, unless there's much else going on. I don't think I've ever seen this team. I don't really do teams anymore going through them because they get spammed hard, but let's have a quick look. Only because there's not much going on, but don't everyone spam because it can't be bothered. Are you Scottish, are you? What do we got? Yeah, I wouldn't be getting rid of trainer for that. Jebson. Yeah, I wonder if he'll play soon. Yeah, trainer's break even is quite high. Flinny's got it. I'd get rid of Flinny. I'd put your Cherry into R2. I'd piss Flynn off. I'd get rid of Marek, Flynn, and trainer. They're the three guys I'd be targeting on your side to go, mate, is trainer, Marek, and Flynn. And that opens up your flex to somebody better than Flynn, I suppose. Yeah, Flynn's got to go, Josh. Jason, the week you trade out Neil, he'll kick a bag, guaranteed. Yeah, literally, he probably will, mate. I still can't believe I got him. DJ, the bloke that does podcasts with George, FCT, bringing Neil as well. Are you talking about Eno? The guy that... I know which guy you're talking. He's also a Richmond fan. I know exactly who you're talking about, I'm pretty sure. I can't say exactly, I'm so pretty sure. It doesn't make sense. DJ, can't remember his name. Always weird. Yeah, it's definitely Eno. He's got to be the most chilled operator I've ever seen. I reckon you could ask him how his day was. He could tell you how to car crash quite casually. I don't know if Anna watches any of my stuff, but go to Tigs, mate. Aqua. Currently trade plans for the week. She's Hussey, Simpson, Pedro Clark. Choice me 621 to paying for a primo. Probably need to hold 80k next week. So anyone buy 40k or less. Yeah, fair. Jonas. Vincentini was my cash play from the other week. Really need him to deliver for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, that's what makes it hard to jump on now for me, for Jack, that one, Jonas. Can't believe I got the champ shorty as well when I had that chat. Do you fear Marek goes big against North? Well, I think he'll probably get dropped, actually, to be honest, Josh. Marek is playing wing. They got dropped because he got benched because Dempsey kicked the goal on him. Aqua, apparently Ken will be at the door by the end of the month. Really? I reckon, I don't know how to say that name. We'll just call him Macca. The mid-season rookie will get a run if Josh Carr takes over reins. Interesting. Where are the massages? I'm actually intermittent fasting now. I'm only eating between 12 p.m. and 8 a.m. No. What? Holy heck. I'm only eating between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. So, yeah. I probably could do with a coffee. I probably will call it a bit wrecked because I just finished my shift. But Jason, trade plans at Flynn, Marek, and El Hui to Bontempelli and Clark next week. Trade Lindsay to Butters. Yeah, that's a good plan. I like that. So do I. Definitely need a coffee. Double dummy. Hey, what's going on, mate? Any thoughts on Rory Atkins? I've never liked Rory Atkins, to be honest, mate. I don't think he's one for me. I think Sid comes back soon and somebody else. I've gone blank, but yeah, don't do Atkins. Rory Atkins is a no-go. No, great. Jack, hey legend, what's going on? Yes, hey legend, what's it like being such a good looking bloke and 79 overall? Must be a good feeling. Yeah, it is. Be better feeling if I woke up in Norway though. So hope you're going well, mate. Aqua, Farrell and Sin, they're the ones I was thinking of that are both coming back, by the way. Sin himself is a decent shout in a week or two given his price fall. I like the Sin shout actually. Especially if he comes down under 200 and whatnot. Let's have a look at Sydney Boy real quick. Port Adelaide. Sin. What was Sin's injury again? Somebody told me. At least he's got the role though. That's a good thing about the Sydney boy. And again, you probably don't want to pay 200k for a rookie though. That one's going to be his cycle though. Yeah, nice. So he gets a 50. Let's say he gets a 50. He gets a 32. His break even goes to 83. Well, he could be under 200k. Yeah, you definitely wait for Sydney boy that one in his system. Oh, this feels like a concussion or something. Maybe I've got a concussion the way I'm looking right now. Wow. Probably after his buy for Tookie. I'm trying to find pretty much anything under 540 other than TK. I feel like I've seen you here before. Yeah, I'm going well, mate. How are you going? I'm pretty hungry though, and I've got to wait out till bloody 12 p.m. Since took a bump to the hip, missed a couple of weeks. Is that what it was? Yeah, right. Double dummy, Gone Bias and married to Bont and Clark. I like it. Can go one more, but 170k and 11 trades, so we're nervous of ending up short of trades in the end. So am I. That's why I'm not sure about Bont this week, because if I do that, I'll be running out of upgrading my final upgrades. Sean, if I had the trades, I'd risk Doherty this week, but can't afford him to crash and burn. Yeah, true. Plus, still be cheap next week if he goes and holds roll. That's the other thing. I think we're going to wait a week on that roll, because nothing would be worse if he sat on the wing again or something. Rather than halfback, of course. Jack, I watched your review and saw you getting rid of Lindsay to the time for him to go. I think it is. Every time I wait for a spike score, it barely happens. Having a look at the trade plans this week, Marek is a must go, of course. Yeah. I think Bont is someone I need to get. I think we've been FOMO'd into Bont. Every creator has said Bont. So now everybody is so hot in Bont that we've created a thing called FOMO, which means fear of missing out. So because everybody knows that everyone's basically bringing in Bont, everyone will just copy that trade because they don't want to not get him. So it's kind of played in people's heads here. Everyone moves one player agenda, and then everyone's cycled into that player. I've done it before. They're not saying it's a wrong call, but it's certainly one that he's still 643k at the moment. And the issue for me is like he's just so expensive. You just need one poor game, like a 100 game, you'd be laughing, but it's a lot to pay up. Like I paid 680 for Cherry, and it's actually hurting me now. And you may not think about it at the time, but Sicily not named makes it juicy as well, because when he plays forward, he's just going to boot a few, you'd think. But man, Trelaw's playing. That'll be interesting, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm not saying I haven't mucked around a Bont on my side, but he definitely hurts my side going forward. Like I can barely get a decent flex, and I can barely get a good F6 out of doing a Bont. Again, because I paid up for Breaker and Merit and players like that as well, so I kind of stuffed myself by doing that. Jonas says, "What's Cheese up to?" Haven't seen him. So yeah, he goes to bed quite early, so that's why. But I'll still voice out and talk stuff with him on Twitter. Not bad, weighing up Cripps versus Teddy. I've been weighing the same thing actually. I think they probably score similar, but I think Teddy just. In saying that, I actually like Cripps better in my side for some reason. I don't know if it's because the flexibility in flex means I'm using a midfielder instead of a ruck. I hate using a ruck. Flexibility, it annoys me. Jack, also off Cripps at that price too. I think Dacos is very good value. That's the thing I've been considering this week. It's probably better off getting Cripps over Dacos, considering Dacos is a buy next week. Jason, I'm 10 trades worth 3 promos needed. Butters will take 2 next week, but after that, shit's going to be tight. Yeah, that's why I'm in a similar boat. That's why I'm looking at Stewart and shit. Not because I want him desperately, it's because it allows me to actually get a decent flex cover. Double dummy. McCarthy, hopefully I'm in season draft rookie saver. Yeah, agreed. That's the West Coast bloke. I should have Bond he'll feast on Hawks midfield. Yeah, but I mean, all right, this is my point, right? I bought in Kywell last week for 440k and he scored a 123. Like, this is literally it. So let's go to players. I want to show you something, ladies and gentlemen. For those playing at home. So we've created FOMO. If we haven't created FOMO, it's bullshit because we definitely have here. Now let's take a look at round 11 scores. So I'm going to give you an example. I get that it's Bontempelli, but come on, round 11 points, right? So Jacko's gone 163. Kazai Pickett, his 500k's gone 148. Let's keep going down. Where is it? I feel like I'm looking at the wrong round here. But anyway, Kywell's still to the point. Like a guy that's 429 still scored a 119 that week. I was meant to actually do round 12. I'm wondering why, because I think I'm going crazy for a second. So I bought in Kywell for 440 and he's got a 123. Let's give you an example. People bought in, let's say, Nick Martin, right, for an extra 140 whatever K it is, 148K, 9K, whatever. 5 points different scoring. Paid up McCluggage. Yeah, there's a big point difference between a 159 and 123, but you scroll down from that, he's 80k cheaper and went higher than a round this week, right? For 440, 116 for a 535 day cost. Like, just because they're priced so high doesn't mean they can't be matched with these guys at 150k cheaper if it's the right player the right week. Hence why I actually think that Cripps this week could actually match Bont this week, as crazy as it sounds. So I don't know. I don't necessarily buy that he's going to double ton or something crazy. So I just hate that once we push one player, that's the only option that week, and that's bust if you don't have him. I mean, I've literally been in top 100 without freaking Whitfield and Dacos all season. So one player won't destroy you. There's also people in the top 100 that don't have Cherry or Gorn. But they, anyway, I just don't think he's important, as people say, as much as I love him on my side and I've mucked around with it. It's certainly not be all and end all if you don't bring him in this week against Hawthorn. Aqua, I feel Bont is just a bit hard peak with his current role. He's only getting 50% CBAs, spending all the time forward while I won't even take. That's the hope for us non-owners. Yeah, sure. I agree. Of course, he's expensive, but Marvel run. Yeah, I get the Marvel run too, but again, he's almost 650k. People using Gorn's money to grab Bont. People are literally selling the farm to do it. That's the only way you can do Bont. People's teams have worse cash gen than me, and I can barely afford Bont. And I don't even have great cash gen, so I don't know. I'm a little bit confused by this whole. I get Hawks are down, but yeah, man, like this is. Anyway, it's frustrating. For me, Jonas Bont at least has had his buy. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. The other players are going to miss. Yep. That's fair. Well, you want him for the Richmond game, but I don't think he's necessity against Hawthorn and St Kilda. Like, look at. Well, there's a world where he goes 160 and people tag me on Twitter for talking about him like this tonight. But let me just show you something, right? Like, jeez. I'm just playing the other card here. Like, man, I know he's the best player. My team name's named up the Bont identity because he's such a goat. But you sort of, if you're not going in this week, you're banking on him to play forward time and come down just a little bit more. But look, St Kilda let him loose. GWS 128. Port Adelaide have been absolute awful. 141, 99 here to 140 to 107. So it's some big scores. I get it, but the last 3 weeks, 99, 140 to 107. Dewy conditions. Yeah, I get that. Essendon don't have much of a tag capability, and 107 against Catters, which is hard opposition, obviously. And then counter that, I get that he's got a lot of Marvel games, but average versus opponent, Hawthorn's second last. Anyway, I'm just playing the other cards. I don't hate the, I don't not like the pick, but I'm just saying like it's not the be all and end all for every streamer to say that he's a must get this week at 643, and then you Toto screw F6 and Toto screw D6 as well. That's the issue with that. I think Cardwell has Cripps for me. Bank, I fucked up my money. Cripps is a better player. Yeah, I think Cripps is a good pick this week too. Anyway, I see. So FOMO with Bont. See, I'm not giving anyone disrespect for this, but I'm just saying this is what it is about. Like, once we push one player a certain way, everyone and their dog will say that this is the be all and end all, and if you don't jump on him now, he's got to get to 700k and he's going to average 150 from here on out. Like, anyway, I think I just get frustrated a little bit and some of these things. Not at you guys personally, just more of the FOMO factor. I hate FOMO. FOMO picks annoy me. I paid up for Bont weeks back, permanent captain, but he hasn't delivered. Yeah, I get that. Burners for me, it's either Bont, Cripps, or Hewitt. I love this. This is a little bit more different angle. Having Bont in at the moment, not sure that Hewitt getting or Cripps. It really depends what you can upgrade to the week after the leftover money, I suppose. Burners as well. Jonas in, Bont, Clark. Oh, yeah, Pedder and out Draper, Ashcroft, Lindsay, Cleary. So you've done it with all rookies. Yours makes sense, Jonas. This is what I'm saying. Yours completely makes sense because you're using rookies. You're good. Yeah, sorry, double dummy. Your team is good enough to fade one for a week or two. Mine is not. Okay, so that's a good point. This week I have 3 primos and D. Okay, no, totally valid point. That's what I mean. This is his point too. Like my side might be capable of not going for a bot, but his side needs a bot player. It makes total sense. I just like to sit on the other side of the fence. I don't like to just be too one way sometimes. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. My apologies. I've seen you near a few times. And it says I'm thinking of Carlton. I thought if short trips just get to pick it back up. Yeah, trust me. I've played in my trades a lot, and I've got Crips in most of my trades. Jack, the Dogs do love scoring lots of points. Chandler, Richards, Weber, Bond. Yeah, I agree. This is the other thing. I actually should probably make a statement. I'm probably not worried about Bond because I have Ed Richards, so his 3 round is 124 and Bond's is 115. Go to 5 round average, 124 for Richards, 123 for Bond. So probably actually this is probably why I'm not as big on Bond is because I've already got Richards. So maybe that's why I'm not giving him enough love tonight. So apologies for those that are bringing in Bond, but anyway, I feel like I'm defending something that doesn't need to be defended at this point. Jonas, all these mids are 95 to 115. If you are lucky, Bond is 120 to 130. Not that much more of a cost. Yeah, it's you're 100% right, but I just think for you're going to be playing Stewart at F6 and Bont at M8. Does that equal out for Cripps at M8 and Horn Francis at F6? I don't know. Something like that is what I'm trying to more say. Is if it completely screws your ass for upgrades, it's probably not worth it. Carroll is my D3 this week. Oh no. Bernard Shaw will play forward, I reckon, like he did. Yep, fair. Draw is allergic to playing anything except on ball. He's good up forward though. Double dummy 22 or 23, but 6 rookies and 2 mid prices. Is that in that number? Yeah, I'm similar boat actually. Double dummy. Get the best player in the game. Damn, I should shut the stream down just from that. And that's a spicy meatball. He'll do a hammy soon. Bernard Shaw played forward when he returned. Aqua, yeah, once he runs. Yeah, he will play and rest forward. I agree with that. Jason, I was pretty set on Hewitt instead of the Bont to help with future upgrades, but Fomer has hit hard. Bont does look nice in the team as well. Yeah, no, I agree. I'll give you a team update tomorrow. Then I'll have to play my team and see what we do. I think I'm going to have to fade Bont. There's an equal chance Bont has an off game against the Hawks at 100 and he drops to another 30k. Yeah, I agree. I think it's now or when he plays Richmond to get him. I agree. I think the Richmond game is when you want to get him. It was just an option for me. Grab Bont when I could Darcy out. Yeah, I get you. Not everyone is in the same boat. Yeah, that's exactly my point. So, there's people that are in a boat where they can afford a Bont, and I won't screw the structure and future upgrades. But yeah, it's so like for like of your side. I can't do it. If my team could do it, probably would do it, but I'd be a bit worried about paying $6.43 at this time of the season for players. I've been playing value the whole entire game mostly, apart from 3 players that really screwed me now. Merritt wasn't worth it. Jonas, another way to look at it. Everyone wanted to start Bont. Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah, very true. Double dummy. Initiator with an E. His name. Oh, right. Okay, cool. Well, I don't even know that. That means when you start something, doesn't it? Jason, no, honestly, you have no excuse to not get Bont. The Bont hunter thing that needs their leader. I know, but Oh my god! I'll show you what my side does with the bot. Let me literally show you one why I see that this can really hurt me, right? So I want you guys to get a visual. Get a visual is a bit weird, but I can do bot one of two ways, right? But it also really stuffs me up. So maybe you guys got a different take on Supercoach and what I do. And ranking aside, it doesn't mean I'm better than anyone else in the chat. It just means I've had a lot of luck and just been playing the right game at the right time. But so let's just do 3 rookies because I don't want to use freaking primos. Yes, I could probably get rid of Marshall. I'm aware of that. But let's say I do this, right? I haven't played around too much. I'm worth with 423,000. So what do you do with that, right? You go, all right, let's grab guys on the bubble. Again, this is just hypothetical. I could bank a shit ton of money for this, sure. But I'd really need these guys to actually make a bit of money real quick. Who's the other guy? Pettis, where are you? Oh, man. Okay, that's the rookie way to get him, right? 159k in the bank. Confirm. Right. I've just juiced out 3 rookies. I'm pretty sure my only rookie left now is Shannon Knoll. Shannon, we know who we're talking about. So then it means let's have a look at it if this was best 22 week, right? Rosie goes back. I can't remember if I've actually done these exact trades, but my issue is I want the flex to be a decent flex. I don't want it to be a terrible flex. So Caleb Daniels obviously going to play. So my back line's complete. I'm carrying the hell out of Sheasel and Roberts, right? So I can't sideways those guys just yet. Maybe to Nahas next week, Roberts. My forward line, I thought my forward line was complete. So Chad Warner. Oh wow, okay, I'm sort of stuck here. Chad Warner has to stay on my side. You got to be kidding me. How did that happen? That's completely frustrating. Anyway, so I'd have to upgrade M8 here and F6, right? But where the hell am I going to get the money? If I bring in Bont with all that money, the day weeks and Pedal are going to go. I've got Hewitt that's got cash on him and Neil at 600k. If I get a rookie and a primo, that's 500k. So that's M8 done. Let's call it. Let's even call it Naz for 507. Swing Sheasel to the midfield. Finish off Naz from Hewitt and Neil. Where am I going to get an F6 from? Flex cancels it. Yeah, sure. I completely understand that. But now I'm running Pedal at F6, I suppose, and Sherry's having to cover that. So this is the issue specifically for my side is probably where I'm at with this conundrum. I mean, I can't finish off F6 by doing that. And I'm not sure if you guys have looked that far, but I just can't do it. Anyway, unless you guys, Marshall's been a suggestion too, but my only struggle this week is I do pull the Pinsons hardest and get 100k for next week. I'd probably hold and hope Sardis plays, double dummy. Maybe I should look at Cripper or Weber. Extra 50, 60k might be very useful. It would be, I think, too. Double. Weber does leave me 218k for another upgrade this week. Like it. Jonas Anderson's arc has been my M1 all year, averaging 115, where Yeah, Brayshaw and Richards. Yeah, okay. Yep. Nah, good point. Very good point you guys make. Double. I told Abs to start Weber and yet didn't myself, which I had. Yeah. Yeah, true. What do we got? Yeah. Here to start shit and win Supercoach. I love that. Aqua, I don't even know how I'm going to get Brayshaw. I think I ran out of mid spots. You could gamble hard on McCarthy and Clark, but it's not a good idea, in my opinion. No, Bond's too expensive for you, I think. Yeah, this is exactly my point. From my side, I can't do it. And this is why I want to do. I know people hate the Stewart idea, but have a look at this, right? So, this is what, and I'm not saying I've got the best cash in ever, but if I just did something as simple as, I know everybody hates Stewart and oh my god, he's going to be laid out and oh my, like just spare me for one freaking second before I hear Stewart comments. But the flex is probably there to cover a Stewart laid out anyway, is it not? But by getting rid of Marek, Lindsay, and Trainer, again, hypothetical world, let's go. I want DPP rookies too. I don't really care if this guy's on the bubble, but I could do something like this. We've got to go to bed soon. I'm so tired. So I'm glad you guys are mentioning some of these players because why the hell did I click West Coast? Oh no, I did for the rookie. Right, I got me. Again, though, why is it only giving me bloody West Coast players? I hate. He was only meant to be there for the. What the hell? Okay, I'm so tired. I don't even know what I'm doing. Excuse me, it's not freezing. I'm just very slow tonight. I've hit a complete wall. So something like this. I know Stewart, whatever. Cripper in the middle. And then it just allows me to actually. Whereas what I was saying to Jonas before is if I do that thing with bonds, I've got cash left over but nothing to do. So I should have been more specific with what I was talking about. Maybe gave you guys an example before being a nuffy, but so let's just say the back line's done. Again, I hate doing this shit manually because of the buys, but I'm pretty sure it'll almost be complete, and that's why you got to go value sometimes too, not because I love going value all the time. I'm pretty sure it'll leave me one upgrade to do, and then I could get rid of a player like Roberts to a Naz or whatever. So what it does is the back line's done. Sinclair's Orko, Clark, Sheasel, Roberts, Stewart. Don't know why Smith's in my midfield, but Smith, Richards, Brayshaw, Merritt, Rosie, Cripps, Chera, Carwell, Gorn, Marshall, Sherry, Petrarca, Warner, Rankin, Bolton, Daniel. And next week, Neil and Hewitt into a primo and drop Baz to the forward line and grab another midfielder or just grab Naz. So what I'm saying is by going cheap and grabbing a Stewart or whatever, I can actually finish off my side. I only need one upgrade here. That's literally it. And I can do that with two players. Whereas if you do Bont, sell the farm, as you saw my side, if you rewind 10 minutes ago if you needed to, I can't do shit with Bont. It completely, absolutely screws me. And yeah, this is another factor to it. I don't know how you guys are managing to do it. I'd love to, trust me. And you probably want to captain Sherry this week anyway. Agreed, Jonas. Trade Hurstwaite to the Lindsay. I don't know. I don't know about trading Hurstwaite. He's only 169,000. So I'd make, what, 70k off that? Now, Lindsay for Can I even do that? Let's have a look what Jonas is saying. Because I don't want to completely disregard, because I'm pretty sure I had 60 grand in the bank. But again, I'm open to your suggestions. I just can't remember how much I had in there. So I had 63k. So he could be onto something, because he's a smart man. I haven't looked at this Jonas at all, so I actually do appreciate this one. 550 though, Jonas. So I can get a 450k. I can get Stewart with this. I wonder what it does for the side. But I'd have to get a bloody rookie that's you'd hope that's debuting. But I got to get rid of Marek anyway. This is my issue with that. I've still got to get rid of Marek. Sorry, I forgot about that. But yeah, I could do Lindsay in that for Stewart in that one shot, and then I have Marek's money to get rid of Marek as well, because he's got to go. And the issue is Trainer's got to go because his break even's so high. So I suppose that's why I haven't thought about one track. Jack, I'm a bit late at this one. He says, "Got to head off, mate. Hope you have a good night's sleep. You too, mate." I'll be streaming for a little while, but to go. Yeah, that doesn't look good. As you have Richards, I would leave Bont. I should Richards week ago, Derek. Yeah, no, you're probably right. And this is the guy that's ranked eighth overall, by the way. So, good point. Maybe that is why I'm actually not as hot on Bont, because subconsciously I kept forgetting I've got Richards back in my side. I started Richards as well. Jason, couldn't you trade Neil to Butters next week and swing Chad to the forward line? Probably could. I'd have to have a bit of cash. Haven't gone yet. It's a bad idea to pick up Shoot, even though 6 promos around 16. How? I think it's the value, so it just really depends. Like, if you got enough rookie coverage, I don't see it being a bad thing to grab him, Jack. But I just think he can average 100, no worries. Don't hate the Stewart pick. He was defending number one for years, just age catching up. No, I agree totally. It's a bad idea to trade risk in, and that's what Stewart is at this point. I just can't think of a better 434k player that I don't have. Like, I already bought Clydeville last week, so Huswaite is highly unlikely to make it. Injury, yeah, and I definitely agree. Lindsay might make you a few more dollars this week. I think other players had a pass either way. No, I totally agree. Honestly, definitely do. The other thing I could do. I don't like sidewaysing though, because I just want to finish the side. I want to show you guys the most disgusting trade. Is Aqua still in the chat? Do you want to see the most disgusting trade, Aqua? Let me know if you're there, because you mentioned a player the other day that I never really thought about. So this is the most weirdest stuff you'll ever see. Yeah, if you're almost gone, don't. Just tell me what you think of this. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm not going to explain any pick either. You're just going to have to click on the player and have a look at yourself, because I CBF going into this. But have a look at this for a weirdest combination you'll ever see in the Supercoach. Now, Stewart's obviously one of them. I don't know if you'll be able to guess a Sydney and Adelaide player that I'm just randomly picking here from looking at a really weird combination of, and again, these guys haven't had their bias. It probably makes 0 sense, but it gets weirder. Trust me, it gets weirder than Keys. I'm not even going to read the comments until this is finished. And then we all know where I'm going to this last pick still. Although in saying that, you could actually get anyone, but you wouldn't have to get a Stewart. You could actually get anyone at 479. But Benny Keys would be F6. I'd be okay with Ben Keys at F6 and Flex knocking out his poor scores. That's one I don't think anyone's mentioned on a stream. I'm pretty confident with. McInerney's a shout as well for a forward pick. If you ever look at his stats, there's a couple of people doing it right now. Again, none of these players have had their bias, so it's a weird one. But I could literally, I'll show you what the team looks like complete. I'm actually worried to read the comments after this suggestion. I don't think you guys would send it. You guys would think this is absolute lunatic. But this is one way I could actually complete the side. Not that you'd want to complete your side with that, but you got 50k left over and you got bloody Ben Keys F6 and your flex knocks out that score. But he's very cheap and I know what he's capable of. He's an averaging 80 kind of guy. I don't know if I optimize that, I completely cook my side. But just have a look on paper. Have a look at McInerney's scores later. I'm sure Aqua's still in the chat. He'll tell you all about bloody McInerney. But even if bloody what's his name was flex, Keezy, wouldn't really matter. Again, I still haven't seen the chat, so I don't even want to read it right now because I'm probably going to get unfired after the disgusting three-way trade that I've just mentioned. If anyone actually likes it, do tell me too, because that is the most left field shit you ever see, I think. Let's put McInerney in the forward line. Who would you put at flex? Stewart's or Neil, it doesn't really matter, but by doing this, over the side, so the back line's done. The midfield's done. McInerney and Keys are done. Oh my god. I don't even know what McInerney's role is, but I watched him against I can't remember who they were getting spanked by Adelaide, and he's actually done alright score wise from Aqua Shout a couple of weeks. He's been half an hour about him. I thought I'd watch him this week, and then I didn't realise how cheap he was. That's the funniest pick I've ever heard. I don't know if he's actually going to keep this role and whatever. I don't even know what he's doing. But he's just everywhere. And then Keezy's had a couple good games. If you again, I don't even want to look at the chat right now, but there's an 8 here for some reason. This is very Bolton-like, but he's cheaper than Bolton was for 100k cheaper. But again, it's not going to win you Supercoach. These guys are capable of 50s any given week, clearly, but just thought I'd show you something weird. You guys send me some weird suggestions, and I just sort of play with one the other day, and I immediately thought of Aqua as soon as I saw McInerney. So I'm not going to take credit for that weird one, but it also mean I'd have 50k in the bank, and I could upgrade Lindsay and bloody Shannon Neal and Hewitt. I'd actually have, how much money is that? 600k. I'd almost have $1 million just in that trade alone, wouldn't I? I could actually get 2 450k players, so the one would be in flex and one would be a spare. Or I could actually, with that money, I could actually grab a 600k player, like being almost a Bont, Mills in my back line, and McCarthy, I think. Can I do that mathematically? Somebody add that up for me. Neil, Hewitt, and Lindsay. Would that turn into a primo Mills to cover Stewart and Lindsay into McCarthy, if that makes sense for you guys? I'm not sure if I'm explaining that well, but anyway, I can't believe you guys stuck around for that bullshit about Keys, but tempted to move around up to Bont. I don't mind it, actually, but yeah, I'm all ears. Yeah, I know you guys have lost the plot listening to that shit. Double down disgusting for today. Honestly, I've already talked about disgusting, and that's probably not even as bad as my disgusting trades just then. Can you do Bont 2 rookies for train American Huss weight next week? Can you do Bont for American Huss weight? I'll come back to that, Jonas. I'll actually try that. Oh my god, are you doing it? I'm so glad you are still in the chat to look at this, because you asking if I was going to do an encore, and I know. I say no. All right, these weird players I mentioned on my stream, you've got to keep this on my stream. I don't want this leaking out, because I am not actually I'm not I'm not wanting to go out because this is disgusting. And if people hear that Supercoach Pros mentioned Ben Keys, I'm probably going to get unfired and probably going to get some bloody DMs that are going to be weird. Then I'm going to get weirder picks than Tom Powell. Speaking of which, Tom Powell is actually written in here by Double Dummy, hence why I mentioned it. The buy is the issue. Yeah, no, literally. God, I knew this would start a trend of talking about disgusting players. So let's do it, and then we'll wrap it up before 2 a.m. hopefully. But you guys, I think I've just opened a bag of worms. Give us a like for this disgusting stream about Ben Keys. No, I don't think I could do Tom Powell, could you? If this is actually good though, I'll buy you a coffee. If I generally get on board and bring in Tom Powell, I'll send you PayPal money. I don't know what this is going to be like, but I know what he's capable of, but I'm also aware that he is capable of a nice 60. Oh, this is actually good. Oh my God, it's actually good. It's actually not bad. You couldn't do it, could you? Isn't this bloke injury prone, somebody? It's actually half decent. It's probably one of the best shouts at 448. I actually almost like that better than Stewart. That's actually a ridiculous shout. And he's had his buy too. Would you actually go Powell over Stewart? I owe you a coffee. If I ever meet you at the game, I owe you a beer for that shout. That's actually a great shout. For that money, that's just disgusting. That's actually unreal. Oh, yuck. Tom Powell. Oh, God. I can't believe I just got sold on Tom Powell in 2 seconds while looking at those bloody scores. And he's at his buy. We'll actually do it, but won't touch Jeremy Cameron make any sense. Yeah, I know, right? Jason, those trades would make you first 10K rated in year. I actually feel embarrassed I shared that with you guys. So in case you guys ever give me weird trades and I give you hate, just remind me about that freaking trade I showed you, but just don't send this link to your mates. Oh, God, it's going to happen. Yeah, I know. I've looked at this too. That's probably why you ranked 8 as well, mate. Like, I've looked at this pick as well. Oh, God. Okay, I've started this shit now. Oh, God. I love that you guys have worse picks or just as bad picks. And unfortunately, apart from Powell, I've thought about some of these guys like Manor as well. This shows you guys are dedicated to a 1:30 in the morning stream. You guys dream about Supercoach as much as I do, so I've thought about Manor. It's because I've got him in draft. Good shout. I wish he got more CBAs, though. I don't think he gets any, does he? I'm pretty certain his boy's half forward flank from memory. I'm pretty sure I bought him in last year as my F6. Tried to. Yeah, again, that's such a solid shout. I can't remember why has he been a little bit average here. What does he need to score 100? Let's do these scores. That was a lot of free kicks against as well. Imagine what he could have done. So worst, he's done a 64 and a 43. Just couldn't get in that game, obviously. That's actually a really good shout too. Anyway, now I'm going to be thinking about mid-price madness when I don't need to do this. But yeah, great shout, Derek from Thailand. 97 and 107 the last two, but 64. No, don't do this Tom Powell shit to me. Buy to come for the Cats. So yeah, no. I think I'd rather Kerno for the ups. I'm not even going to look at Kerno. I already know about Kerno. Then McInerney. He's a bit of a Rory Laird. He's underpriced, but more of safe for. Why is McInerney scoring so well? Can anyone tell me if they've watched too many Sydney games and why McInerney scores well? Where's Kerno go? I don't want to keep forward. If I'm going to keep forward, I'm buying in Jezza Aqua. I got burnt by Kerno last year, so I don't even want to bring that up. It actually burnt me so bad, bro. I still have bad dreams about Kerno. Aqua, but McInerney's such a low risk goal, which I'd gone through. I know you've actually mentioned some really good ones, and I'll look at him about a month later because I'm pretty sure he's taking a piss, and then you're actually being serious. Would have nailed me more 10 points than Dawson. Supercoach has traded. What? No way. Supercoach Horse traded in keys. Squiddy was hanging shit on him. And he said if the stream got 50 likes, he would trade in keys. 100 like that in the PC and keys. Wow. Keys is his F6 as well. That's crazy. Man, I should watch them more often than if he's talking about keys. I thought I was anyone stupidly enough talking about bloody Ben Keys. Nah, Keys is one on the way. Keys is actually a great shout, actually. Yeah, we're not talking about Keys anymore. We're keeping this to ourselves. We're not Twitter posting this shit at all. Keys season. I just read the Keys. Okay, I'm probably going to bring Ben Keys in for this. If you do, you can't mention on the other streams before. You got to let the game play out, and then tell everybody you're awarding Keys. And then if you shits the bed, don't tell him that I told you about Keys. Just blame it on some other YouTuber. The flex position for the Keys is wild. 78, 22. The Keys, see. Yeah, he traded me in and never agreed to keeping him, so could do a shitty game. That's a good point. True that, Jonas. How much is Power? 440 something. Shit, Power's a good one. That's some fun. I can't up my ranking, can I really grab Ben Keys and Power? No, I've looked at Tom Cole. I believe you, mate. I've had Tom Cole in my Supercoach once, and I've seen what he's done. I saw what his scoring was before. Again, I'm sure you guys have seen my live streams. I can't do another West Coast player. It's hard enough watching bloody Gimby run around. Hewitt run around. Double dummy, am I sorry? But I love trying 100 trades and see how it works out. Yeah, so do I. Crack the whip. I can't believe we're talking about this shit. Yeah, I've traded 20 of my original starters out so far. Oh my god. Profs in the house. TDK is a good option instead of the bot and flex. Yeah, probably is a very good shout. Bloody Riccardi. I know. I don't think he'll go 110 though. I've looked at Riccardi as well. Give us a like for this. This is gone to absolute pod territory of guys that will kill your side or make you top 1%. And Jake Riccardi. Is he related to the Formula One driver? Surely not. Anyway, that's probably the stupidest thing I've said. Actually, probably not. But what the hell is this about, though? Riccardi, what are you doing? 34 and 21, that's scary as. Surely his hit-outs have progressed over the weeks. No, he even had hit-outs those games. What the hell? How do you only have 3 touches? Yeah, Riccardi's a little bit scary, but I don't look at those scores before. No hate for looking at different options. I reckon that's probably why you're doing so well. Thank you, mate. Appreciate actually that. Dedicated to Gen Z, you actually really are, especially yourself. Let me check through the least owned list again. Oh my god, no, don't do this. Well, Francis will be cheap. He will be 430, 460. McInerney's basically just playing Chad's early season role midfield rotation in the role. Yeah, I know, but he came up to the back line as well, and that's why I was so confused on what he was doing. Interesting about McInerney. Jason, no, I've made it online trading in keys instead of bond. Oh man, I'm pretty sure he scored an 8, so just beware he could do a Bolton on you. But it is very tempting with Ben Keys stuck on 30 forever and then 90. If you're trading in memes like Keys, he was never coming back. Speaking of pods, I'm so glad I didn't bring in Toby Green last week. Made me lose all my multis as well. Yeah, it's bloody annoying. Jonas, I think you could get Bonds then Butters to cheap primo icon friends over the next few weeks to finish your team if you wanted. I could try. I just don't know if I have enough rookies to do anything on my side. Daniels, Jazz's Keys is next. Yeah, that would be some weird flex players. Daniels. Wait, are you talking about the bloody Brett Daniels? Why are we talking about Brett Daniels? Alright. Give me 5 more disgusting picks that you don't want to say on any other stream that you've been holding off. And this is the stream to do it, and then I'm going to bed. I was going to say we're going to bed as a collective, but that sounds weirder. We'll go till 1:45 and we'll talk the last couple of disgusting players, and then I'll try not to dismiss them. I'll try to click on them if I think you're onto something. Or I'll just click on it just for shits. But where was the other player that was just mentioned? Where's Daniels? Daniels can't be that expensive. Oh my god, he's 405k. I know he's injured just before anybody goes and shouts at me, but is this what we're talking about? You have a midfield role at the start of the season. Yeah, wow, what the hell? That 28 is disgusting. 42 minutes. What the hell happened there? Anyway, so we'll get in the comments. Oh no, I've done it again. I can afford trainer to power. We've worked it instead of Bont. Thinking about it, I actually don't hate it, to be honest. Have some more boys too. Okay, alright, I'll have a look at this. Sam. Oh my god. He's got the buy this week. I can't believe I have no can of worms tonight. Well, I need to get some sleep. I'm freaking baked. I know he's got the buy. Oh, Sikowski. If I ever need to come to you for the weirdest picks, I'm going to have to make sure you jump on a stream and throw these in. But how much is the Swiss Army knife? He sounds like a Swiss Army knife. He also sounds like a watch that you'd pay up for at a shop. Anyway, whatever. I'm just talking some shit. This is the weirdest Supercoach pick anyone's ever actually referred to. Nah, you couldn't do it. Aqua. I love that you've suggested him too. And yeah, let's not go there. Let's not do it to ourselves. 130 picks. Yeah, no. That's a good one. I thought you were going to say Coke. And Cola. 5 more picks. The entire football club of Carlton, Sydney, North Melbourne, West Coast, and Essendon. That's rough. Yeah, I've had a look at Disco Turner too, actually. Funnily enough. I'll have to click on this player because me and this man followed me into the Finn Callahan captain against West Coast, so I've got to do what he says now. That still haunts me. That's probably going to what's cost me from being in the top 10 is that fucking Finn bullshit. Disco Turner. Okay, my eyes are getting cooked now. They did about 10 minutes ago, so we'll go get through these last few. Far out. 390. Alright, I'm glad you guys loved one of the 3 picks I talked about at least. Oh man, that's actually a really good shout too. Yaz, I'm pretty sure Yaz talked about this one for a hot minute as well. I get confused who tells me what now sometimes. I got Toby Green last week. Yeah, a few people got Buddy. Oh man, I was at Tim Kelly last week too because I thought I could afford him, but I couldn't do it to myself. Again, I can't watch that team play football very long. He's like 384. I should have done this earlier in the night when I asked you about discussing players. I've asked too late. What the hell am I doing? What have I done? Alright, I'm bugging out. Oh, come on, Supercoach. Don't. Oh my god, I forgot to scroll because one's a touch screen. Wow. Okay, yeah, nah. What is going on here? What did he score? He scored a 92 at 370k. Gosh, he's fallen off, hasn't he? He's fallen off hard. And he got dropped to the WAF as well. Oh my god, he's only gone ton once. That's way. All right, we're getting way off street. We're not even getting good in it now. We're just going wild. We're double dummies. What? Oh my god. I thought you guys were finished. Callum Brown from GWS. All right, we're going to do this real quick. Good night, Yaz. Enjoy sweet dreams, mate. Yeah, where's Callum Brown? I'm trying to wrap this up, and everyone's still going with their weird players. And I said 145. I'm not going to answer all these questions in time. Come on, Brad, you can do it. Why is it just freaking lagging? I still think it's selecting West Coast players. All right, I'm ready to go shortly because I can hear my little one about to get up for a bottle. Oh man, that means I'm going to sleep for another 30 minutes. All right. No, not doing Brown. Let's not do Brown. Wardwell gets too injured for me to even have a look at. Will Drew, more of a tagging. I had a look at him earlier actually. William Baker, I couldn't do Dylan Moore. Looked at him. William Baker, I haven't looked at. I'll look at Baker real quick. Those other four you mentioned, though, I've actually looked at as well, though. Oh, he's waking up, chat. He's waking up. He's only 8 weeks old. Come on. Why is this frying itself? Baker says a little bit too expensive. But that macaroni price was good. Baker's finally hitting the straps again, is he? Yes, he is too. Okay, we'll quickly try to go through this more. I couldn't do more. I'd rather Keys and more. Sicily, yeah, if he's not injured again. Row bottom. I'd rather McInerney than row bottom. Berry. Let's just type it in. Berry. Which Berry? I'm assuming Jared Berry wouldn't be. I've seen Sam. He's got 130 against 70. But surely we're not talking about Jared Berry. Oh, maybe he is. What the hell? That's actually a good shout. What happened to the 3? Yeah, that's a really good shout, actually. Well done. Jared Berry's a good one. Put him on my watch list. That's a really good one. I love that. Anyway, that was amazing. Not sure if it's a robot. That's so good to put on my watch list. So that was unreal. That's a crazy shout. 83.92. Blah 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 blah. That's literally unreal. Jeez, how are you not winning Supercoach? If I researched as many players as you have, I think I'd be winning Supercoach. Oh, you've looked at players that are so left field. That's ridiculous. In a nice way, by the way. I'm not being an arsehole when I say that. Oh, come on, Sydney. Come on, Robon. Anyway, I've seriously got to wrap this up before 2 a.m. because I'm cooked. Yeah, no. You have to mess with the other ones. If I had a look at Kane, I couldn't do Kane. Definitely had a look at Kane. Not Finbar Marway. He can get out of here. He's only a rookie, isn't he? Robottom's had too many round 3 averages shite. We know what he can do as a tackle beast. All right, I need to get out of this chat. We are not even close to going home. I'm into bed. You've made me change my trades down to Flynn Mark, into Bont, Keys, and Clark. No worries, Jace. Good night. Dirtiest pick ever. My scoring drench the all. The coach has shown me how much that role matters. Yeah, McKercher's one not for me just because he worries the hell out of me with Clarko. But he goes huge when he has to roll. If you want to shout. Imagine you said Gorn that week instead of Callahan. And 80 points. But yeah, no, literally, bro. Every time I see you, I think of that moment. Sam Darcy, he'll return. Yeah, that should be a good watch. That'd be 400k. BC Cherry Gorn won't be needed. Agreed. Yeah, Aqua, if you want any more crazy ones, yeah, feel free to inbox me. You've got a pass here, absolutely, too. Oh, I love it. Buddy Winhagen's. Oh, no. Buddy Winhagen. Yeah, hopefully Steele comes down in price because I've always liked Steele as a good pick. Your laptop telling you to have a good night. I think it is too. This is probably one of my favourite ones, Aqua, with the berry shit. So, anyway, guys and ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Give us a like before I get out, and we will catch you on the next one. I might be able to do a few streams this week because I've got Friday to Monday off. So, enjoy your long weekends. We'll chat maybe tomorrow night. Just depends how I'm feeling. So, oh my God, Aqua's done it again. He did the good morning thing that always gets me. So, yep, thanks everyone. Cheers. Give us a sub if you haven't already subbed, and I'll catch you on another live stream shortly. As you know, I'm a pretty merchant at these things late at night, so